Hi everyone, it's Jeff Roney from Keller Williams Realty, and today we're going to talk about multiple offers in a seller's market. I would say the question I get asked more than any other question is, Jeff, how's the real estate market? It's talk at cocktail parties, now that we might be having those again. It's talk on the golf course, it's talk in the grocery store, it's talk at family dinners, it's talk on the telephone. Everybody wants to know what's going on with real estate. So right now, we're in a pretty strong seller's market. I would say the strongest I've ever seen in the central New York area. If you're a seller and you've got a place to go, it's a great time to be selling. Now, for buyers, it presents some challenges and some obstacles, but not obstacles that can't be overcome. So, here's some tips on multiple offers for your purchase so that your offer can outshine the rest and hopefully win the day and get the property of your dreams. Some tips would be things like making a larger earnest money deposit than you might typically. Your earnest money deposit is definitely going to send a message to the seller that you're very serious and it's part of the purchase price. You're basically just giving the more money up front that'll be held in escrow until the closing. But a stronger earnest money deposit might quell some of the seller's fears that their transaction could possibly fall through and they might be left with no buyers, even though they had many, many offers. Right now, sometimes sellers are getting 5, 10, 15, even 20 offers on a property. So that earnest money deposit and it being a larger amount is definitely something that would be advisable to help you win. Also, showing the sellers that you're qualified. Extremely important. If you're buying with cash, you're going to need to have proof of funds available to show to the seller, the listing agent, or possibly even the seller's attorney. If you're going to be getting financing or a mortgage, of course, for the property, you're going to need a strong letter of pre-approval, not just a pre-qualification letter that maybe a lender gave you over the phone based on the information that you told them, but a legitimate, from a recognized lender, pre-approval where they've verified your income, they've taken a look at your credit, and they know and feel confident enough to issue you a solid pre-approval that might even be fully underwritten at that point. Some lenders actually do that. Also, giving the sellers some flexibility in their time to move can be helpful. Sometimes sellers need a little bit of extra time in order to find a house, so they might ask for a delayed closing of a month or two. And if you show them flexibility and your willingness to allow them to get a little bit more comfortable with this whole transaction, that could give you an edge. It could even be something as simple as saying to them, you know what, you can take an extra 2 or 3 days after the closing to move out. And that flexibility might help them because they might be juggling multiple closings, just like we deal with in so many transactions. So, being nice and being flexible can help you win as a buyer. Also, shortening timeframes for contingencies. If it's typical in central New York or in your area for maybe a 10 or 12 day period, or even a 7-day period for a home inspection and maybe a radon test or another inspection like that, maybe well or septic testing, shorten the time frame on it. Let them know that even though you're going to be doing an inspection, it's going to get done quickly. So we all know what direction we're headed in with this transaction. Many buyers are also waiving home inspections and waiving other contingencies to make their offer cleaner because they want to be more competitive. I don't recommend waiving a home inspection for a purchase this large. It's just too much of an investment, in my opinion, not to have an inspection. However, that sometimes can be a difference maker, and buyers will often waive the inspection. So if it's something you're considering, think very carefully about it before you pull that contingency from your offer. Also, write your best offer up front. There may not be a chance for negotiation. Oftentimes, the seller just picks the offer that they like the best. So whether you're using an escalation clause to demonstrate what your top price would be in a multiple offer situation, or if you're just writing an offer, make sure that you're offering your highest and best price. Perhaps it's going to be above the list price. Many things are selling for over the list price right now. Ask your agent that's representing you for a comparative market analysis to determine pricing. Sometimes sellers deliberately set a price below the market value to encourage multiple offers and create an auction-like effect that's going to get people excited because they see so much value. So paying a little extra doesn't necessarily mean that you're paying over market value. Best of luck out there. If you have any questions or need any advice, you can always get in touch with me, Jeff Roney with Keller Williams Realty, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.